Absolutely unbelievable that we passed 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all of you guys hanging out with us, riding along through all our endeavors, all our ups and downs. Definite roller coasters going on here. So this is Ron's truck from South Carolina. It is sitting in the driveway right now, immobile as we speak. And we have sure been through some roller coasters with it. Had a pinion seal that I think I over-tightened it. Had a tone ring on the crankshaft on this. We sent the crankshaft off to be balanced. This was a total engine rebuild job. Turned into a total engine rebuild once we saw... It's a long story. You'll have to just go back in the videos up there and look. Go through the playlist of it. It's a long story here. And it just keeps going and going and going. So we got it all built. Got it halfway built, and a connecting rod spun rod bearing on Frank's engine. So we had to push Ron's truck forward in the shop just a little bit, and then we completely rebuilt Frank's engine while Ron's was going. Well, now Frank's was gone, so we bought Ron's back and assembled the engine, put it all together, and it had an ear cut off of the tone ring. So we welded on it, wound up replacing the tone ring. All that was fine and dandy. Took off driving on after the tone ring fiasco, had to yank the engine completely back out. Then we lost the STC O-ring, the branch tube O-ring, to high pressure pump discharge fitting. The little O-ring that goes in between the actual fitting and the branch tube. Yeah, we lost it. I over-tightened the bolts, is what I over-tightened them. Stretched the bolts. And so we got that fixed. Pump off, put new bolts in it, new O-ring. Took off down the road all fat and happy. Daring it to break. Kind of just running it. You know, at that point I'm past the point of caring whatever happens. Whatever happens, let's get it over with. Let's do it. So rolling, averaging. I mean, you'd probably say I was averaging probably 90 miles an hour, probably for about an hour and a half. Maybe not that long, off and on. She was working, and I hit a bump just right on the front of this. Slipped a belt on a freaking tire. It's immobile right now as we're speaking. All right, so I slipped a belt, dog-legged it a couple of miles, got back here, parked it. When we have these videos that you guys watch, and then I also have a situation going on, right? So I'm trying to do two things at once, and I try. One could argue that that's why the trucks suffer so much in actual being good consistently 100% of the time, is because I'm not completely focused on it. That's a very good argument. Probably is. You know, too many irons in the fire going on. We can debate that all day long. Who cares? So I took myself down to the 5 and dime store, and got me some. I have never rode with Advanta tires before. 10 ply. They still got the masking tape on them. $120 on the rims. Let's go. I was like, you know what? When I was driving down the road and that thing was hopping, and you guys go back to that video and the steering wheel was shaking, I would have gladly gave $120. Now they're not. I mean, they don't look entirely old. I didn't even look at the date code. Honestly, I just needed some tires, 120 bucks. I said, yeah, that looks all right. Let's do it. Go with my gut. So let's get these tires on here and get this thing back out on the road. We're not stopping over a slipped belt. I've checked the oil, and all 3 cats have been sitting around it. Let's get it fired up. We're ready to go. I am going to leave them out right here, and we'll see how this reacts to being hot. Let's go. So keep that in mind. I don't know if I like that. That was not cool. I'm sitting here thinking fuel pressure test, or we need to look at IPR and see if it's, give it a little power brake right here and see if IPR is starting to max out, or look at fuel pressure. I mean, I did have Okay, let's look at IPR right here. I'm in reverse. Now, if we got a high pressure oil leak, we should see this max out a little bit. Fuel pump, I can hear it. I don't know. I might as well shut it off and check fuel pressure. Don't you all agree? Double check it right now. I'm gonna take a chance on it being low. Get out there and run it down the road. But I mean, I would hope. This has 150 miles, 158 miles since we did the O-ring on the pump. Any starting like that, it just, what it sounded like, it didn't have the fuel to actually start. Now we gotta shut it off, wait 8 hours, and cold start it again to find out what the heck that was. Or we'll go drive it, and if something is wrong, it'll make itself evident after a fuel pressure test. Injectors are way too expensive. IPR dropping to 22 is another very good sign. This was the first cold start on, after putting it all back together. Oil cooler was drained and everything was drained. Not that that matters, it doesn't matter. A lot of thoughts are going through my head, like you know, the oil cooler adapter flange up on top, which those parts are really easy to change. You just take the oil filter out and you can get all those parts changed right there just by the oil filter taken out. But you have to buy the entire adapter flange. And you know, is it leaking back down? Is low pressure, but if low pressure was feeding, then the reservoir should have been full while it was sitting here. You know, leaks in the high pressure oil, the yellow O-ring on the bottom, something like that. Or fuel bleeding off. I mean, yeah, we put 6.4 banjos in here. So if the fuel is allowed to back off of the cylinder head, if it has a clear passage of somewhere to go, so that would indicate an issue somewhere too, up in the regulator. I'm just going through all this stuff in my head, letting it warm up. It's not at the temperature yet. We're kind of warm, probably 150 degrees, 145 degrees, something like that. So it'll be one of these little quick how-to videos right here. Here's what I use for fuel pressure test. They make these in a 6mm, real stubby, 1/4 inch drive with a knuckle, stupid long, regular ratchet. You go up top here, and this old guy will go in there. Give you a little bit of shot. You can cock it to the side a little bit, and look at that. Okay. And then that little fitting over here only really works with the 9/16 wrench. Pretty short one. And I am going to run this fuel pressure test with the gauge on the truck. We're gonna go drive with the gauge. Let's Yeah. Make sure you throw a towel under it before you crack it loose. Not a lot will come out. Not a lot should come out. If a lot does come out, then that would be our issue, because that means it's not holding suction in there. So there should just be enough that's in that little cavity right there, and no fuel should like flow out. There should be no flow. You should not empty the housing when you take this off. If it does, we need to take the housing apart. There we go. Might be a two-hand cracker. Here. Quarter inch drive is not the easiest. Where are we at here? Okay, at this point I could take the ratchet off and just spin it by hand. Okay, we do not want it to flow out like a freaking river. We just want just what's behind it. Yep, just like that. Okay, good. And you tighten it up very carefully and you wind up with something like that. All right, then you run it right up here, put some electrical tape, because it kind of rubs just a little right here, but I'll show you in a second. And then double zip tie. And then on this, I think our line wore off. I'll put a line because this is fairly hard to see on the highway. That is 60. So when we're driving down the road and we're looking at it and the gauge is wherever the heck it is, it needs to be close to that black line. All right, viewpoint right there. So my line's a little below it because the gauge is angled down. Let's go key on. It should have to purge a little air. Okay, it banged right up there. Let me go out and make sure it ain't leaking. Let's see how fast it bleeds down. See if it holds maybe just a little bit. Key's off right now. Yeah, I mean, it's holding a little bit, so it's not banging back to zero real fast. That's what I didn't want to have happen. It's going down there, but not horribly fast. All right, let's turn the key and see what happens. Oh, it looks dry. Dry enough too, because I'm going to be driving down the highway with this on here, so I kind of wanted to make sure that it does stay put. Coming over here, let's look at what we got. Oh, it timed out. Let's go off and back on just to... Here we go. All right, we'll look at that. Let's get a little more temperature, get it warmed up, ready to roll. Who knows, you know, little hiccup. I mean, that would really point towards some kind of low pressure oil bleed back. That's another brand new regulator down in the bottom, and I mean, I think I want a tighter spring, a harder spring maybe. I analyze every single part of everything, so if that is the low point all the way going up to the top and everything, if that's letting it bleed back, then, you know, I don't know, there's just lots of, I've spent countless amount of trucks with adapter flange issues, stuff like that, chasing back, low pressure oil, bleeding back. I don't know what to say about the little hiccup. I don't know. Let's put the miles on it. It's only got 100, it's got 200 miles on it right now, so let's finish these miles out, and then I'll do another cold start in the morning. And if it does, I mean, I didn't even look at the FICM either. I didn't even look at it. Probably should have. I'll look at it when I'm driving. Because, I mean, if it's just a cold start, that one cold start. I mean, we did crank on it quite a bit, but these batteries, we never stopped our operation because the batteries didn't have enough power. That last fire up, I about beat them up a little bit, but you saw right now it just fired up. It's been sitting all night. So let's go check fuel pressure and put some miles on it. We'll power brake in reverse while you're washing the FICM. That's calling for some of the power too. That's just a little in the driveway test. Fuel pressure's holding steady above 60, barely. that. Let's go back to it. Yeah, we're good there. Ain't nothing wrong with fuel pressure. It didn't even budge. Thing sure did try and put a hamper on things, didn't it? I don't know what to think about that. That's all I've been thinking about, is that rolling to a start that it did right there after. I mean, it was about a 30-hour cold soak though. It sat for. Problem going to be, I'm not going to let it sit that long. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see how it fires up on the next startup. But I'm going to go take this fuel pressure gauge off. Let's take this fuel pressure gauge off, and that way we can have, everything put back. Just word to the wise, when you got your fancy freaking engine under here, don't forget to put your towel under when you take it off too, because a hell of a lot will come out when you take it off, because the entire hose is got it in it. All right, I got the gauge off. Fuel pressure gauge is off. We're back to plain old truck. Here we go. As to be expected. Okay, these tires are not, I don't know, maybe we got some flat spots on the back tires too. Maybe these front tires are not all they could be, but at least it has me rolling, has me putting miles on the truck. I might have just thrown $120 out the window, but whatever. I'm at least rolling. It just happened. Damn it, it just happened. Damn it. And I was... This is not a good spot right here. Yeah, it happened. I'm backing up right now. Okay, let's go look. Let's go look. Holy goodness, this is pretty freaking nuts. Let's go look. Yep, it did it. It broke it. Shit. So I'm gonna pick all this stuff up. I'm not leaving. I just got everything out of the road. And, goddamn, man. I was freaking riding, just freaking thinking, knowing that I should have. Started lumping a little bit. Got progressively worse. It hurt it. It hurt it. It hurt the truck. It hurt the bed. It hurt the freaking bed. Son of a bitch. Let's look at it. Right there. Ooh, asshole. It didn't hurt the rim. Holy shit. Okay, I'm about to back down into there. That's what I'm about to do, I think. Alright, let's get out of here. There's too many. I'm gonna... Well, hell, I might just back up into there and do it in the grass. Or drive right down here. That's kind of steep. If I back up a bunch, I can do it, or I can just, guess I can do it right here. All right, just so I remember, I backed down that right there. Looks a little steep. Now I'm gonna back up there and then back up onto the road, way up there where it's not so steep. Oh. All right, we'll look at the damage when we get out of here. I mean, I should have just got rid of it. I shouldn't have drove with those tires. And I should have stopped way back then. I should have. Bed got damaged. Damn it. Well, where to go from here? It's just, air conditioning's freezing cold. I hate the damage to the bed. I freaking hate that. God damn it, I should have stopped. Now I'm sitting here, I'm about to go take side streets somehow and get back without being on the interstate. Still got that one tire back there and I have no spare for it. This spare is a little low. Thought we aired it up. I don't know. We had it off when we did the back. Well, for now, let's get it back. 280, 290 miles on it. And it's been exciting. It's been real exciting.